What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and I'm joined with,
The specialist. How's it going, guys?
as he's taking a drink, had to get him started on the right path here from the get-go. We are
Yep.
back with the podcast, guys. I know it's been a long time. It's been a good couple months, but Smash Soapbox podcast is back, and we're going to try to do this more often for you guys. Don't expect it to be a regular series like Dorks in Movie Minute or Wet Ink or something like that, but it is something that we do like to do to get our thoughts out on certain things and share some things that we like to share with you guys personally, as the geeks and nerds that we are. So today's topic, first topic today, we're going to be talking about movies in 2022, what you've liked, what you didn't like, what do you recommend, what do you hope people stay away from, and just what's been your experience so far this year at the movie theaters. And let you start, or do you want to go
I'll
for it?
start. Yeah. Um, this year, I think the entertainment industry dropped the ball in general. There really
Yeah,
hasn't been anything worth watching or to talk up. I think my biggest or best movie I've seen this year would have to be the Doctor Strange
Doctor Strange,
movie that came.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, and I was so disappointed with Morbius. It could have been so much better, and I was so excited, and it let me down.
Right. And what we'll do is we'll also give a little bit more details about certain movies. Like we'll definitely go in depth on Doctor Strange and Morbius because those are two big ones. Uh,
Mhm.
but I see get what you're saying. Yeah, I understand. They did. I agree. They have dropped the ball. But I'm actually going to take the opposite approach as well because I've seen a movie this year that blew my mind so much that it's literally skyrocketed from being the number one movie of all time that I love. So like it's been one of those years where there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff, but that one movie that was like so good that it just exploded. And that movie, guys, if you guys have not seen it, I highly, highly recommend this movie to everybody out there to watch. That movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I see that.
It was one of the best movies I have seen in a long, long time. It was one of those movies, dude, that would take you. It drags your emotions, like it gets a hook in you and then it'll just jerk you from one emotion to the next. And it's one of those movies that like you can be a grown man and still have like that frog in your throat, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh god, I don't want to cry watching this, but it's so powerful that I might. Like it was one of those movies, like you have to go see it. If you guys have not gone and seen it, I highly, highly recommend it. And if you don't know what it is, it's about a family, about this they're an Asian family, and it's a wife and her husband that run a laundromat, and they do taxes, but they're immigrants, so she doesn't know how to do the taxes right or whatever. And so while all this is going on, like all these life problems and everything, there's a lot of other things going on that I don't want to spoil personally for the characters. But all these things go on, and on top of it, you have this multiversal adventure where it was exactly what I wanted Doctor Strange to be, but it wasn't. Where you're actually going to these different multiverses and there's kung fu and action and comedy, and it's literally everything you could ever picture in a movie all in one movie. And it was amazing. Blew my mind. Straight to my number one movies of all time, but that's one I highly recommend. But yeah, let's talk about, like you were talking about, some of the disappointments. So let's talk about Doctor Strange in particular, because that's one movie that's definitely torn between the Marvel fans and not even Marvel fans, but like almost everybody I know either loves it or hates it. There's no middle ground there.
I like the approach they took on the movie itself.
Right.
It was a very dark movie.
Yes,
It it was very morbid, like the whole movie itself. And they pushed the boundaries on a lot of violence in that
I
movie too.
I agree 100%. And
I
and
don't think
that's
I've ever
all.
seen a movie where a dude blew his head off.
Yeah, yeah. That black bolt just wet mouth and then it's gone and just gone. Amazing
Yeah.
scene. But that's 100% attributed to Sam Raimi, of course, the director of the Evil Dead movies. Like, of course, you got to have that sort of like style. And that scene, the one scene that blew my mind in that movie was when Wanda was chasing them and she was like
That's
twisting her
terrifying.
bones and her eyes are red. Like, that was so
Mhm.
scary. And then using
It
the
messed me
puddles
up.
to like pull those dudes through, like so
Hmm.
ingenious. Like,
I knew I knew the moment that I started that movie, I was like, this is gonna be good. Like
it
I loved
was.
it. I also have a another movie I want to bring. to everyone's attention
What's up?
that really, really bothered me, and that was The Matrix.
Oh, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, I mean, it for a movie, like just the standpoint of watching a movie and you don't have the lore and the stuff behind it, it was okay.
Right.
But it it had so much potential. They could have done so much more with it, and
But
they just dunked. It was horrible.
but as a sequel to The Matrix, was there anything in particular that like made it worth being made in the first place, or was it just kind of a
Not
cash grab?
really, not really, because I mean, the storyline was basically the same thing. It was just rebooted.
That they've done 3 times in a row already?
Yeah, you know, you got Trinity, and then you got Neo. I do like how they did humanize Neo quite a bit. He wasn't
Oh, okay.
a guy, so he was just a normal person in this one. So it was definitely
But it wasn't, last I recall, it's not Lawrence Fishburne, right? He's not back
no,
as
it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know if he was
Lawrence-
back or not.
yeah, they're both old as shit now.
Right. Keanu's doing good though. I am excited to see, John Wick 4 coming up here. They're shooting
I
it
did.
now, so
Oh, I didn't see the trailer for it yet.
yep,
I'm pretty
yep.
stoked for that.
It's gonna
I,
be shot in, Shanghai, I believe, China.
well, that'll be
So
good. That's gonna be intense, dude. I mean, I love all the John Wick movies, just strictly because you know what you're getting. Like, I mean, it's
yes.
gonna be
Yep.
over the top, just wild.
Yeah, I
You're
agree
gonna
100%.
like the underworld that they constructed too. I mean, it's all a different world,
Yeah.
and they built this entire empire like underneath everybody's noses. That's why I like it the most.
That's actually speaking of Underworld, I know it has nothing to but that's one series I would like to see get rebooted. Because I think if they get a stronger female lead and they have better effects and like better writing, I think it could be a really strong series.
It was. I personally enjoyed all the underworlds except for the last one that came out.
Yeah,
It
they
was a
just
little stupid.
yeah, they just got a little bit cheesier as they went on. But that's most
Yeah.
movies. So,
Well, they tried so hard, like on the last one, and it was just they tried too hard,
yeah.
and you
But
just
the
watched it.
the concept's great to have a, Lycans versus the vampires. That's awesome.
And it's just underneath everyone's nose. It's like nobody
Yep.
knew until it blew the fuck up, and there's a huge like cleansing,
Yeah,
and then
that's
the
that's
werewolves were the ones that actually like designed the whole thing and killed all the vampires.
yeah, yeah, that's one series I'd like to see come back with more love and care, and then like you could see it
Yeah,
be something bigger.
yeah, you definitely could.
But
The
also,
Kingsman.
oh yeah, the
Uh,
Kingsman. Yeah, the Kingsman. Yep.
that too bad. It wasn't what I expected, and like the big old fucking plot twist in the middle of that movie really got me.
Yeah.
Like it really got me. I was like, oh, okay, you're not the main character then, I guess.
Yeah. See, and that's where that's where it pulled me out of the movie because I was in 100%, and then I was like, man, we are spending a whole lot of freaking time in this World War II segment. Like I feel like we are in this flashback for like
Yeah.
10 minutes too long.
Well, I do like it though because it did simulate how it kind of. I mean, it's not how it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I
Well,
understand.
horrible, and I like how they did that because even. I mean, I know they're not like they're supposed to be super spies, but
Yeah,
at the same time, being in espionage and stuff like that, it could happen like that.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
whoop, and then the one guy you put invested all your
All
time
your chips
and
on,
effort
yeah, it's dead.
got shot in the face by his own guy.
Yeah,
Whoops. You know, like
right.
you just
Yeah,
like
it humanizes it a little bit more, I think, for the main character too.
yeah, it's not over the top. Like the first Kingsman was good. The second Kingsman got a little too crazy for me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was
yep,
so unbelievable. I was like, I
yeah.
still like it, but
Well, I
it's
think
just
that it's just that first one captured the magic and the lightning in the bottle so good of just having
yes.
that perfect zany mix and then that James Bond vibe, and then they mixed them
Yeah.
together and it worked perfectly all the way
It did.
through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then the second one, yeah, you're 100% right with that. It got a little bit zany, and then the Kingsman, I think, toned it down a little bit too much, where they didn't have any zaniness. I mean,
I liked how but
they had that
you
Russian
just
dance number, which was awesome.
that was good. I
That was
liked
cool. Yeah,
it.
that fight was
But
cool.
yeah, Rasputin, that guy
Yep.
was legit like a nutcase in real life. Like if you ever read the book, I like how they did it because that's how he was. Like
Yeah.
he was just a menace,
And
and he
I
did. I mean,
I also would have liked to see a little bit of Eggsy's father. Like maybe give us a short flash forward to show how Eggsy's father got into it, and that would give that connection to the other two movies. But as it stands now, it's kind of like they kind of connect, but not really, like only in
yeah,
name.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but one movie I got to tell you that I was kind of disappointed in that I watched was GI Joe Snake Eyes, GI Joe Origins Snake Eyes. Dude, good God! Like I had to watch that movie about 4 times because it was just so freaking boring. Like it's not even like the action scenes are cool, I get it, but it's not nothing like special. Like it's everything you've seen before in a Chinese like kung fu style action movie. You know what I mean?
Well, that and the, the GI Joe series is going to turn into, in my opinion, it's going to turn into a Fast and the Furious series, and it's just
Well,
going to get stupid and even dumber as it
it's
goes
already
on.
been there. I mean, even the first two movies weren't good. So I mean,
I didn't, I didn't even like the first one. I really
the
didn't.
second one,
Like
the second one I did. That's the only one I did like, and that's just because The Rock came through and pulled that movie through. The Rock and
yeah,
Channing Tatum, those two.
yeah, but I get it. You just have to write the story better. Like it
Yeah,
was so fucking out there. Like it had no basis. Like it just
yeah,
jumped from location. There's no backstory. There's no retention to any of the information that you get because it's just pointless. It doesn't matter. Anything they told you, any of the backstory they're giving you, it doesn't matter. So you're sitting there going, why?
right.
Why are we even going? Like you should have just started me in the middle of this damn movie.
Okay,
And
well, now that we're here, this is a good spot to bring in Morbius because this is
yeah,
100% what you're
yeah,
explaining.
I
That's
agree.
dude, when I was watching Morbius, oh my god, dude, I did not understand what was happening. It was so fast paced. Well, I understood what was happening, but it was so basic that you're like, this can't be all,
Yeah,
right? Like this can't be all.
it was one of the worst origin movies I've ever
It,
seen. It's right there with Hulk. Like the
and
first Incredible Hulk, it's right there with it, and it was so disappointing.
it was so like nonsensical. It just did not make any sense. There were so many plot holes.
Right. There
Um,
was a
the
shit ton of plot.
the one things I will give it though is Morbius looked good. I did like his costume. I did like the way the vampire face looked when he transformed and all that. I liked the way his powers worked when they showed the echolocation. That was cool. The slow mo shots. I know everyone hates the slow mo shots. Everyone's like, why would they slow down a shot in the middle of it? Because it's just cool. It's just cool to see something in slow motion for a few seconds.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't mind any of the action. And then another thing that got me was the enemies
Yeah, the
were
main villain.
so they were like walking around like NPCs. Like they were
Yeah,
so stupid. Like
standing
why?
there.
Why
Yep.
would you? There's no fucking way in the scenario. If I was in that, I'm not gonna stand there. I'm gonna run like a little bitch.
Yeah.
I got a
And
vampire like me.
and they couldn't even get the character motivation right. Like throughout the movie, he's like, first off, he's like, I drink blue blood because I don't want to drink real blood. And then he's drinking real blood like for like 30 minutes. And then he goes back and he's like, I can't drink real blood. I gotta drink this blue blood again. And then he's like, the blue blood's
Like
not working. I
fucking
gotta drink real
alcoholic.
blood. What do you just drink the blood, dude?
Yeah, nobody cares. It's not like you killed somebody to do it. They
Yeah,
willingly gave the blood. Like you're
yeah,
not
just
ripping
drink the
people's throats
blood.
out. Fuck, man, that wouldn't bother me at all if I had the powers like that. Like I
And
just
then
accept it. Oh, the ending.
yeah,
The ending bothered me so much because like she came back to life, right?
yeah, yep.
Is she bad? Good? What the fuck?
I think they're just doing the Venom route where they're gonna have a female version of that character just like they did for Venom.
I hate that shit, dude.
That's
Morbius was not it,
yep.
the original. The original. Like I don't care if there's a strong female role in the movie.
Yep.
Make something yourself. Take a
What'd you
female superhero. Quit
did you watch?
copying the character.
Right? Did you watch the after credits scene with
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton coming in? I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on? What is
Yeah.
Sony doing?
Get the multiverse things happening right
It
now,
makes
but
no sense though. Like
no.
he's like, I think Spider-Man has something to do with it. We should go do some good, do some bad. I'm like,
Oh,
what? What?
that's insane, dude. Like,
How is he?
oh,
First off, he's not even supposed to know who Spider-Man is anymore because of Spider-Man No Way Home, and then they
yeah.
ruined that.
Sorry, I gotta run outside real quick.
All right,
In
no,
the
you're
middle.
all good.
My bad. I gotta move a rocking chair for my
As you guys can see,
wife.
getting a behind-the-scenes look at Specialist's life here
Yeah.
as he goes to move a rocking chair in the middle of this podcast.
Yep. This is my house and property, everybody.
A lot
Walking around
nicer
bare.
weather than we got here.
Yes, that is true. That is very true. I am so happy I don't have to live in the snow anymore.
Right?
Walking on rocks with bare feet, so bear with me.
That's all good.
That's all good.
This is an entertaining podcast here. Something different. No one, most people don't see. They're like, oh, they're actually moving today.
Oh, come on, Gramps.
Just got a shot of your whole front half just jiggling. Just jiggling.
Sorry, walking like because I'm like trying not to put all my weight on my feet. There we go. All right.
Was it gonna rain or something? You had to get out of the rain, or
No, it was blocking my wife's spot in the driveway, so
oh, I got you.
had to. Probably put it.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right, so back to Morbius. That post-credit scene though, freaking nuts. Didn't make any sense. So after seeing Morbius, do you still have faith that Sony can do a good Spider-Verse without Marvel if Marvel decides to pull out?
It won't be as good, but
No, it'd be
they can do
horrible.
it. Acceptable. I do think they can do it if they actually gave a shit and they
Yeah,
weren't just making a cookie cutter movie. Like if
yeah.
they invested some serious time and got real talent, they've got. I mean, they have what's his name? They have good actors. All
Yeah,
of them are
Tom
good actors.
Hardy and Jared Leto, and
They're all excellent actors.
yeah, they have
They've got,
potential to be good.
yeah, they could be if the writer made something legit, actually got creative with it,
Yeah.
threw their twist on stuff, and because this is
Uh,
uncharted territory, they can do whatever they want, and
yeah.
they choose to be basic.
Yeah. Well, you know what I think the problem is too is that I think that when they were going for Venom, what they wanted to do was make a comedy movie with Venom, and I think they pulled it off with the first one. I don't know the second one, no, but the first one they did pull it off.
I didn't
Then
mind,
I
but
Yeah, then I think with Morbius, what they tried to do was tell a serious story with this same universe, and it didn't work.
well, it was a joke. Like most of it was, I thought was funny. I
I did
mean,
too.
I
Yeah.
laughed.
Well, especially the costume design of the main villain. Like he looked like freaking Spike off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like I
Yeah,
was
he
like,
did.
that's freaking Spike fighting Morbius over here.
I have that drew back memories from the past, man. I haven't watched that
Dude,
show in
that's exactly what he looked
years.
like. That's all I
Yeah.
thought about watching that.
Well, at least Spike looked legit. Like he
Yeah.
just looks like
And then
a.
his dance moves and everything else. I was like, oh god.
Yeah,
But at least that actor was the only one that was like good acting in that movie. Like Jared Leto, dude, Jared Leto was horrible in Morbius. Like he phoned in the whole thing. Like I feel
yeah.
like he didn't care at all.
Well, he probably didn't because I guarantee you he expected Marvel to be backing a lot of this and give him a
Yeah.
lot more free, and he got screwed out of it. So just
Yeah,
like he
most
did
likely.
the Universe and Joker, he got I mean, he's not having a good few
Yeah,
years.
run at the comic book genre
Yeah,
there. He should probably stay away from it if I was him.
yeah, it's gonna ruin his career, I think, because
But we'll
he,
see
it's
him
not his
again.
fault.
We'll see him
It's not
again in
his
the
fault.
Fantastic Four movie. Yeah, you're right. It's not. Yeah, it's not his fault. It's definitely the writing and the executives and the producers and all that.
It's it's their fault. They take something that could be so great and they just here's some money, throw in some
Well,
special effects,
do
and we're
you
good.
feel that if it released when it was supposed to, that it would have been better?
No,
Or
no, I don't. I think they messed that up really bad.
I do too.
Like at
Yeah,
some point in the production, something got so fucked up that they literally delayed it, and
just to figure out what to do next, and then yeah,
they threw it together, and they're like, okay, it's
this is it. No
acceptable.
matter what. No matter.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
They failed at some point in the process.
yep, I think
So
so too. Well, I think what would have I think what happened was I think it had more connection to Spider-Man No Way Home. And then once that movie got switched to being released in front of it, then they were like, "Oh, now we got to cut out all this crap that was supposed to set up Spider-Man No Way Home." And then now we're
yep.
left with this. No,
Yeah.
but yeah. So there's a few stinkers this year. There's been some good ones. What do we have to
Oh,
look forward to?
I was just about to get there.
Yep.
The new
The new what?
looks Avatar movie.
Avatar 2, Way of Water. Yep.
That looks good. It
Yeah, I'm
looks
hyped for it.
like it looks like Life of Pi. Like the cinematography that they do in
Oh
that,
yeah.
it looks
Yep.
phenomenal. Like I'm so stoked. I don't know how they're going to incorporate the Marines or the mercenaries that are over
Yeah,
there right
I
now because
don't either.
they got kicked out unless there's multiple bases on that planet, which it could be.
Yeah.
And
What I think is going to happen is this. I think we're going to learn that these military men have been cloning themselves. And that's how we're going to get the return of that one general character because they don't want to lose that actor because he was so good in the first movie as the
he
main
killed.
villain. Like he basically pulled that movie together.
Yeah, he did.
Uh,
He was amazing. I do like what's his name? The he's like a B rank actor
oh, yeah,
that
yeah. The guy that plays the main character in Avatar.
yeah, I
Yeah.
liked him. He did a good job. I mean, he's a cripple. There's not much he can do until he gets in the Avatar. So
Yeah. I really liked him in Terminator Salvation. That was probably my favorite movie I've seen him in ever,
That-
playing John Connor.
yeah,
So,
no, it wasn't John Connor. It
oh
was
no, he was the T
whatever the hell it was. He was a
whatever. Yep.
Terminator.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
yeah.
an android
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yep.
cyborg or whatever the hell it's
And then
called.
he
Like
ended
he
up
was
fighting naked Arnie when he came back.
yeah. Yeah, the fucking CGI Arnie with the you look young.
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I am
yeah.
hyped for Avatar. I think it looks good. James Cameron, of course, behind the movie again. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a fun summer movie. Like,
They they put over 6 years into that movie. I
yep.
mean,
Well, he's
it's
also
gonna be
filming the second, third, fourth, and fifth one all back to back to back. So that's why it's
really.
been taking so long. Yeah, he finished the
I
second
didn't,
one last year. That's why it's coming out this year. And then the third one is now 75% done. So
really.
he's already got the third one basically done, but he's got two more to go after this. But the other thing is that like the main thing, the reason the second movie took so long to film is that he said like 98% of it was filmed underwater. So they had to like literally build these rooms and chambers and everything else underwater to put the actors in and actresses and train them and all
Yeah,
that. So
it's gonna be phenomenal. I have no doubt in my mind that movie will probably be the best movie out of the year. It will probably be the movie of the year.
yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna definitely break $1 billion. And I know a lot of people still don't have faith in Avatar. They're like, the first one is so old now at this point, people don't remember it. It doesn't matter how old the movie is, as long as it's good, it'll
And you
still
know what? It it survived all that time. I'll
yeah,
still put that movie, watch it, and it still looks beautiful.
yeah,
Like it's
100%.
still an amazing movie, and the writing was good, the acting was good, the, the CGI, all the scenes were awesome.
Yeah, I
So
agree 100%. It's got good
I don't,
character development.
yeah, I don't really know
Um,
what else is coming. I haven't
Well,
been
we've got
following.
Thor: Love and Thunder coming out in
Oh,
July, which they just released the new trailer yesterday, and they showed off Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. Holy crap, he looks freaking terrifying as a Marvel villain. And if it's Christian Bale bringing his A game, then we're in for a good freaking villain.
I'm stoked.
Like,
That
it's gonna
does
be
look.
nuts.
I did see the preview for that. It looks legit.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be all about Christian Bale basically going and killing every, not just the Asgardian gods, but he's after all the gods, including the Greek gods, including Moon Knight gods, the Egyptian gods, everything we've seen in the Marvel universe till this point. Which is awesome because we're finally getting to see the Greek gods in the Marvel universe. We're going to see Hercules for the first time in the Marvel
Yeah,
universe, which is an amazing character in the Avengers, and I cannot wait till he finally comes in and we get to see Hercules. And maybe Sentry. Like if they bring in Sentry, oh my god, dude! Like if they bring in Marvel's version of Superman, I'm gonna crap my pants.
it'll be pretty intense.
And then we also got, I believe we got Guardians 3. Oh, that's next year. We have the
Yeah,
Guardians Holiday Special this year, which is technically Guardians 2.5 or whatever, connecting 2 and 3. Well,
really.
Thor: Love and Thunder, and then Guardians 3. But I do have to say I haven't been as happy with Marvel movies this year. Like Phase 4 has just been kind of bleh. Like Shang-Chi and Spider-Man are the
Yeah.
only two movies that really stand out to me out of the whole Marvel palette this year.
Oh, wax home.
Oh, ready?
Um,
uh, but yeah, that's basically all the movies we've got so far. Say, do you want to? We can end it here. Do you want to keep going a little bit, or?
yeah, I'm gonna have to end it here at the moment.
No, it's all good. We got about, we're exactly at a half hour, so that's exactly where we usually end it anyway. So
Awesome.
perfect timing. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this Smash Soapbox podcast return. We are back. We will not be here next week, but we will be there the week after. Okay. So stay tuned for that, and we'll have some more topics to talk about. I think next time we'll talk about studio acquisitions, including movies and games, and get a little bit more branched off about stuff we're talking about. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been your host, Ghost, joined with
Specialist.
like,
Hope
subscribe,
you
or
guys.
share. And as always, guys, keep it right here on Dorkston. Adios.
Adios.